Welcome to another video, ladies and gentlemen. In this one, I'm going to be talking about a new rivalry is born. What? But essentially, in this one, I want to talk a little bit about something that will really freshen the show up and will set Season 4 apart from other seasons. Now, I know people are very Team Miguel, Team Robby kind of thing, but I want to throw Eli in the ring, because I feel like with the amount of progression and the amount of development that Eli got, you know, the binary brother, the amount of development that he got within Season 3 was astonishing. Like, him and Sam probably had my favourite arcs of the season. You know, Robby had my favourite scene of the season. Miguel had some of my favourite moments of the season. But I think Hawk and Sam really elevated to another level, especially Hawk, from where he was in Season 2. You know, you knew Sam's arc was kind of... You knew she was going to get better as time went on. You know, she's the daughter of Daniel. But Hawk, for me, in Season 1, he was cool and he was badass. But that was about it. Season 2, he kind of developed into this sort of ragdoll arsehole that just wanted to provoke everyone. You know, I've seen people defend him from what Dimitri was doing, that Dimitri deserved the beatdown. No, I'm sorry, no. Hawk absolutely deserved what Dimitri did to him. You know, that Hawk was on some BS. You know, Hawk had that coming. But Hawk in Season 3, as I've said a million times, had one of my favourite arcs of the show. Just his evolution, his progression. And this is what was good about Season 3. When you remove Miguel from Cobra Kai, when you remove Robby from Miyagi-Do, that means the other players have to step up. That's what Hawk did. Hawk didn't have Miguel in his corner to back him up. It was purely a Hawk solo adventure. Hawk was really starting to understand Kreese and who he was. He was starting to see his friends one by one get, you know, basically eliminated from the dojo, from Bert to Mitch, you know, or Arseface or whatever. And he started being friends with Kyler, people that used to torment him and bully him. You know, it was an interesting arc. But I feel like if you're talking about two fighters who have been relentless even in Season 3, that's Robby and Hawk. Because while Hawk has continued training, I say that real world experience trumps training every time. Because it's a real fight. There's no... Anything goes. There's no rules. There's no, prescribed punching and training. It's just brawl. And that's one of the things that I loved about Robby's arc, is he got into a real fight. You know, a real juvie fight where there are no rules. Anything goes. You know, Sean was tossing him around the place like a bloody ragdoll. You know, so that was interesting to see how Robby would adapt to that. And he didn't have Sam, you know, obviously when they did the wheel technique in the mall. So it was interesting. Like, I feel like Robby and Hawk's arcs, they kind of run parallel in Season 3, where Hawk was descending into darkness, but the pull to the light was so strong. Robby was descending into darkness, but the lure of the darkness was very enticing. It was almost drawing him in. Strike, if you watch this video, shout out to you. Strike has probably the best way of describing it, is the dark side of the fist, because that's exactly what it is. I feel like Hawk and Robby are very, very similar. And I feel like Hawk going and joining the merging dojo, he is their best chance at winning. As much as Sam is cool and all that, if there was one fighter I had to pick out who would win the whole thing, it's Hawk. I feel like Hawk's progression and evolution can go toe-to-toe, as of this moment, with Robby more than Miguel can. Hold on, I know, blasphemy! Miguel is injured. He's still not 100%. If Hawk didn't switch, look at the shift in the fight dynamic. In the house fight, the minute Hawk switches, the tide turns. Things change. That's not accidental, that's on purpose, because Hawk is the chess piece. While the plot will always hold him back beyond Miguel and Robby, they will be the two frontrunners, and the plot will always hold him back. Hawk is that piece on the chessboard that is the dark horse. You know, he's the move you play to throw off the opposition. You know, let's say, for instance sake, you know, what can I compare it to? Alright, you've got, let's say, Fast and Furious. Dom is your chess piece. He's the one that you know is going to knock half the board off. But Brian is the piece that you move in order to just, you know, bod and weave, you know, move around stuff and make it easier. Infiltration. That's exactly what Hawk does. With Robby this season coming up, I think Season 5 onwards, Robby's going to be different. I don't think he's going to be evil forever. It's just not within his character for me. But as of right now, in this moment, yes, Robby is going to be an evil little asshole. And I feel like you've got to have a counterbalance. Evil versus evil. You've got a person like Robby who's descending more into the darkness, and you've got a person like Hawk who's trying to come out of the darkness. It's an interesting parallel. And I think these two are the rivalry that really should be focused on in Season 4. Sam and Tori is cool, but, you know, I mean, come on. Sam's already beaten her twice, you know. I mean, I know Tori's going to get development, and I'm a big advocate for that. She needs it. But ultimately, Sam's already beaten her twice. She's got a number. So even if Tori wins, Sam's already beaten her twice. That's fact. We can't argue with it. With Miguel and Robby, as interesting as it would be, I feel like towards the end of Season 3, when Robby joined the Cobra Kai dojo, or, you know, Kreese just let him stay the night in the back room, when he's like, you know, maybe you can learn a few things, and Hawk's like, what the hell are you doing here? He's his replacement, you know, and it's I keep saying this, I don't think Kreese wanted Hawk to leave, because Kreese knows how dangerous Hawk is. Kreese sees Hawk as a puppet, someone that he can use against his enemy. Perfectly done. Look at all of Season 2, Kreese was manipulating Hawk easy. Kreese knows that Hawk is someone that he can dangle the carrot in front of, and Hawk will keep trying to chase that carrot, and he'll never get it, because Kreese will never give it to him. Kreese never saw him as number one. He never saw him as number one. I keep saying, Hawk, he has the vibe of Darth Maul, but he plays like Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren was never going to be the final villain, because he's too conflicted. He can't be the final villain. Or he wanted to be the number one bad guy, but he can't be. He can't be. It's not within him enough. So when Robby joins the dojo, after they steal the Cobra, and he's like, congratulations, you're exactly what, you know, Cobra Kai's been looking for. It's in that moment that Hawk's gonna, you know, hoping that Kreese is gonna give him some credit, because it was Hawk's plan. But it was the test of the Cobra, and Robby failed. No, got that wrong. Hawk failed, and Robby succeeded. And again, I don't think Robby was there to replace him, but Robby was there for Kreese to say, hey, Hawk, you ain't the top dog. This is exactly what we've been wanting. You're just a pawn in this game. And then it shows even more when Tori starts to disrespect him, where even in front of all the other Cobras, Tori's like, you got a problem with that? Like, they're pushing him. They're pushing him. So yeah, he could have stayed there, and he could have been a vital asset, but I think his redemption is very also reflective that he was starting to get... The disrespect was real. But whereas with Robby, he's excelling to another level. And I feel like for Season 4, the character of Kenny... Now, we don't know much about Kenny, other than the fact of the trailer where Hawk is holding him up against a wall. Many have speculated that it could be maybe he's antagonizing Nate and Bert. Maybe he pisses off Hawk in some way. Who knows? But I feel like Kenny is going to be the chess piece that is played to set a new rivalry up between Hawk and Robby. Because I am a big advocate for Miguel and Robby to bury the hatchet. Bury it. Post Season 4. Season 4 finale onwards, bury it. Like, come on. Like, come on. And the reason I think that is Miguel doesn't harbour any resentment anymore. Like, I mean, he's still pissed off that Robby kicked him over the balcony, obviously. But, you know, again, look at his face in the Season 3 finale. He doesn't... It's not like he's angry at Robby. It's almost as if he's kind of pitying him. Like, dude, what are you doing? You know, what are you... You're shooting yourself in the foot here. So I think Miguel and Robby are going to bury the hatchet. Hawk and Robby, however... I think that's a different story. I think Hawk is always going to harbour some resentment to Robby for kicking his best friend over the balcony. And now that Kyla's over there, Tori was disrespecting him, you know, his resentment to Cobra Kai now, or Kreese's Cobra Kai, is going to be at an all-time high. You know, time to extrapolate it. And what I want out of Season 4, more than anything, and I keep being a big advocate for this, is once Miguel gets back to full strength, he's going to be front and centre for Season 5 and 6, the final 2 seasons, right? Unless they do more. I hope they don't, because I don't want them to ruin it. But he's going to be front and centre for 2 seasons, right? Front and centre. Because he's the new Karate Kid. However, right now, he's still injured. He's still on the mend. He's still getting back to fitness. This is the time to give spotlight to other characters, i.e. Sam, i.e. Robby, i.e. Hawk. Give them that spotlight, give them that shine. Because if you don't do it now, it's going to be hard to do it later. Because once Miguel's back to full strength, he's going to be the dude. And, you know, rightly so. I mean, we started with him. But I'm just saying, this is the Revenge of the Sith season, the Empire Strikes Back season of Cobra Kai. And as much as I do want Cobra Kai to win, and Robby and Silver and Kreese to win, The idea of Hawk winning fascinates me. It intrigues me. What if Eli was to win? Maybe not as Hawk. Maybe as Eli. You know, I mean, they've left out his hair in the promotional images. I'm just saying, maybe he ditches the mohawk, but you never know. Or maybe they're just keeping the mohawk color secret. Who knows? But I do feel like there is room for a new rivalry, something spicy in Season 4. And I really feel like to prove his worth to Sam, to prove his worth to Dimitri, to Miguel, for giving him a second chance, I feel like Kenny is the chess piece that is going to cause Robby and Hawk to go at each other's throats. I think these two are really going to gear up for they're really going to gear up for some dirty work in Season 4. And Hawk will need to prove himself to the merging dojos, because he trashed the Miyagi dojo, stole the Medal of Honor, got up in Johnny's mix, you know, led the resentment against Johnny. He's got a lot to make up for, you know, and this is why you don't kill off redemption characters, because he redeemed in Season 3's finale, but his true redemption begins now. This is his redemption, not the Season 3 finale. That's the start of it. If Cobra Kai Season 3 was a typical Hollywood movie, Hawk would have probably died at the end of Season 3. He would have saved Dimitri. Okay, now we're going to kill him. We're not going to give him a chance to atone for his sins. Really fucking pisses me off. Excuse my French, but it's one of them things that really annoys me about what Hollywood does with the redemption characters. If it really serves the story emotionally, then yes, you kill them. But don't kill them carelessly. Have a reason to. Earn it, if you know what I mean. But I feel like Hawk and Robby this season needs to take center stage. You know, Sam and Tori is cool, but, you know, we had a lot of that in Season 3. Miguel and Robby, we've seen it before. You know, give me something fresh. Freshen it up a bit. Give me something new. And that way, even if Hawk doesn't win the All Valley, the rivalry between him and Robby in Season 4 keeps it consistent with his Season 3 development. That's what I'm talking about. It's that kind of stuff. Because again, I still want Robby to come away with that win, but the idea of Hawk winning the All Valley, it fascinates me, it intrigues me, and who knows, they might actually do it. You never know. They've still got 2 more seasons, but they've planned it out. So no matter who wins, I trust them. But if Hawk was to win, like how detrimental would that be for his character? Like. But again, it's too much of a missed opportunity to not give Robby the win. But the door is open. The door is open right now for Robby and Hawk to go at it in Season 4. Because there's a lot of bad blood between them, you know? Especially Hawk towards Robby. He's, as much as Miguel has a kind heart and will forgive Robby, because that's just Miguel's character. Miguel's that dude. He'll forgive him. Miguel and Dimitri are very similar in that aspect. Despite what everyone else has done to them, they have a good enough heart to be open and give people a second chance. Hawk, however, that's where his balance comes from this season. That's why Daniel will be instrumental in helping Hawk find balance, not as Hawk, but as Eli. And the headspace Hawk's in right now, yeah, he's with his friends and all that kind of stuff, but he's still Hawk. You know, Tori getting up in his mix, you know, saying, you better watch your back. You know, please put some respect on Eli's name, you know, please, because I tell you what, in the dojo, you know, when Hawk goes to town on Brooks, Kyler's quivering, Tori's almost like, oh my god, dude, what the hell did he do to you? So they know how dangerous he can be. Guys and girls, jump in the comment section down below, let me know if you agree with any of the points I've raised, and what do you think of this potential new rivalry? And cool it with the nerd shit.